My First Bible presents King Saul. Sometime later, Nahash, the king of the Ammonites, he camped with his army in front of Jabesh Gilead, a city in Israel, ready to declare war on them, taking with him all his armies and weapons. The peoples of Jabesh, seeing this, were terrified. They went to the king and said,
"Please, let's make an alliance. Make a covenant with us, and we will be your servants."
"Alliance? I like the idea," Nahash the Ammonite answered. "Well, I will be friendly to you. I will accept the alliance, but only on one condition."
"What is the condition?"
"Let each of its peoples take out their right eye. Only then will I make an alliance. Thus I will bring disgrace upon all Israel, and it will serve as a shame." When the people of Jabesh heard this, they replied,
"Hey, give us 7 days so that we can send messengers throughout Israel. If there is no one to defend us from you, then we will surrender."
7 days. When the messengers arrived at Gibeah, which was the city of Saul, they told him this terrible news, and all the people began to cry. Just then, Saul was returning from the field, driving his oxen. Seeing the people crying, he asked,
"What's going on? Why are they crying?"
Then they told him what had happened in Jabesh. Upon hearing the news, the Spirit of God came upon Saul with power. Enraged, he grabbed 2 of his oxen, he dismembered them, and with messengers he sent the pieces throughout the territory of Israel with this warning:
"This is what will be done with the oxen of everyone who—"
"Do not go out to join Saul and Samuel." That's what he said. And so, the fear of the Lord came upon the people, and all of them, as one man, they united and went out to war. 300,000 soldiers were gathered from Israel and 30,000 from Judah. Saul gathered them together at Bezek, and there he said to the messengers,
"Go and tell the people of Jabesh that tomorrow, the hottest it is, will be freed from the Ammonites."
The messengers went and carried the message to the people of Jabesh, and they were all filled with joy. Then they went to the king of the Ammonites and said to him,
"Tomorrow we will surrender, and you can do with us whatever you want." This was part of a strategy to make the Ammonites lower their guard against the Israelites. The next day, before dawn, Saul organized his soldiers into 3 squads and attacked the Ammonite camp by surprise, causing great carnage until the hottest time of the day. The few Ammonites that survived, they fled in all directions, and not even 2 men were left together. So, Israel won a great victory. Then the people gathered to Samuel. Everyone was so happy. Who told him, "Let's see, Samuel, tell us, where are those who did not want Saul as king?" "Hand them over to us, and we will kill him."
"And this will be our king?"
"No, today no one will die," Saul intervened. "Today no one will be put to death on this day that the Lord has redeemed Israel."
Then Samuel said to them,
"I want all the people of Israel gathered together in Gilgal, so that there we may crown our King Saul."
And so they all headed to Gilgal. While there, the people gathered before the Lord. They officially named Saul king. There too, they offered sacrifices, and they celebrated the occasion with great joy. After all this, Samuel addressed the people and said,
Pay attention. I have listened to everything you have asked me for, and I have given you a king to rule over them. You already have your king. As for me, I'm already old and full of gray hair, and my children are already part of you. I have served you from a very young age until today, and I want you to tell me if I have taken something that does not belong to me. Have I stolen something from you? Have I benefited from the service I rendered to God?
No, you have not let us down,
they replied.
You have not oppressed us nor robbed anyone of anything. May the Lord and his king be witnesses today that you have not found me guilty of anything.
Amen,
That's how it is.
they answered.
I want you to remember that when Jacob and his descendants cried out in Egypt, God sent Moses and Aaron to free them and bring them to this land. But later you forgot God, and he delivered them into the power of Sisera, commander of Hazor, also of the Philistines, of the king of Moab, and others. All of them oppressed you, until you cried out and acknowledged your sin of idol worship. So the Lord, he sent liberators like Jerubbaal, Barak, Jephthah, even me, Samuel, and you were freed from his enemies so that you could live safely. But still, when Nahash, king of the Ammonites, threatened them, they insisted on having a king, even though the Lord was already your king. Well, here is the king you asked for, but keep in mind that it was Jehovah who gave them to you. If you and your king obey Jehovah and serve him thankfully, excellent, everything will be fine. But if you disobey, he will punish you as he did your ancestors. And now, pay attention to me and see with your own eyes something great that the Lord is going to do. Now is not the time for rain, but rather wheat harvesting. However, I will cry out to the Lord, and he will send thunder and rain. This way you will recognize the seriousness of having asked for a king.
Samuel called upon Jehovah, and that same day the Lord sent thunder and rain. All the people felt great fear before the Lord and before Samuel, and they said to him, "Pray to Jehovah for us, Samuel. We have sinned by asking for a king."
Do not be afraid. Even though you made a big mistake, do not depart from the Lord. Serve him with all your heart, and do not worship useless idols that you cannot help or rescue them. The Lord will not abandon you, for he has chosen you as his people. I will continue praying for you and teaching you the good way, and always remember the great blessings that God has given you. But if you persist in evil, both you and your king will be destroyed.
With these words, Samuel encouraged the people to remain faithful to the Lord, their one and only true king. Subscribe, comment, give us your like, and follow us on our social networks. Hey! We will greet our friends who have commented on our post. If you want a greeting in the next video, follow us and comment on the latest posts on our networks, Instagram and YouTube. The next greetings go to Ellis, Dorcas, Sharon, Michael, Joel, and Karis from Lagos, Nigeria, Ketty from South Africa, Anne Wangi, Joshua Pimungu from Canada, the Guzman children from Texas, Alexander, Sarai from the United States, Princess from Miami, Florida, Annalie Lorenzo, Danielle, Esther, and Alyssa, Noel Fender from Jamaica, Eli from South Africa, Luna from UK. Parker Little from Australia. Vincent. Raiden and Rosalia, Cape Town, South Africa. Eliza, Ezekiel, and Kaylee from United Kingdom. Gabriel Castro from Canada. Jackson from Kentucky. Kenneth and Tate from Houston, Texas. My grandson, Genesis. Aiden Story and Yoann Rai from the De La Rosas in Cebu. Shaquille from Zimbabwe. Tinashe and Fatima from South Africa. Benjamin, Evan, and Abigail. Joanna and Benjamin from Los Angeles, California. Aiden and Kayla from the Bronx, New York City. Christiani from Bolivia. Hannah Kim. Thank you very much for all your great support.